Today, within the European Union, Portugal is the most lax country in terms of immigration. It is a place where many non-EU migrants manage to obtain their legal documents with relative ease. The political discourse tells us that the country needs immigrants for demographic, economic and cultural reasons. This narrative, where the state and migrants would benefit from each other's needs, clashes sharply with the picture the country gives.
Will you look through my eyes?
As I have said in other videos, Portugal is my favorite in Western Europe. It has many virtues, but, as I often say, all light produces shadows and gloom.
Fighting for so long over things that passed away.
The Portuguese tend to recognize the importance of immigrants, whether it is because of the noticeable aging of their population, because of the labor force they bring, the contribution to social security, or perhaps simply because they feel a sense of solidarity. Portugal is facing great internal difficulties with the absurd rise in the cost of living, poverty wages, unemployment, glaring social inequalities, severe housing problems and instability. All these misfortunes are not limited to newcomers, but also extend to nationals with equal cruelty. The truth is that outside its borders, the Portuguese dream is being sold, a sort of promised land where the needs of the poor ones on duty can be satisfied. In 2022, the resident foreign population increased for the 7th consecutive year to over 750,000 souls. According to the government itself, Brazilian nationals remain the largest resident foreign community in the country. According to various press publications that perfectly match the local photography, many Brazilians who migrated to Portugal are starving and living on the streets. Life without hope is an ordeal in itself. It is not for lack of wisdom, but human beings need to believe in salvation or a solution to their problems. Many of these luckless ones arrived in the country with almost empty pockets and the illusion of being able to forge a better destiny for themselves. Reality is often merciless, and it did not take long for their dreams to crumble. Recent data indicate that on average 145 Brazilians a day ask for help to return to their country. Diplomatic representations do not have sufficient resources to support such ventures, and it is at that precise moment that the Portuguese dream turns into a very long and dramatic nightmare. Another major challenge facing this land is gentrification, a very fashionable term which is not to my liking and which, for my part, I prefer to call a real estate exile. A very dramatic situation that particularly affects Lisboners and residents of other large cities. However, it is uncomfortable, and even if we try to legislate to counteract it, things belong to those who can afford to pay for them. The good climate, tax and health advantages, and a very broad general context attract thousands of people with a purchasing power far superior to the local market, logically producing a stratospheric increase in real estate prices. Low wages and a demand that makes supply too expensive make it impossible for locals to cope with exorbitant rental prices for housing. Nevertheless, Portugal is one of the safest countries in the world, a place to progress and build a life. Before this last point is misunderstood, it should be made clear that it is not a place suitable, let alone recommended, for the humble and desperate without relative financial ease. Thank you for making it this far. If you liked the video, remember to subscribe. Lisbon is a city I could live in despite the darkness that the video and the images may suggest. It is a very good place to live in. Portugal is one of the safest countries in the world, and this is an example. It is a great place to live. I'll be seeing you here very soon. Be good, I'm going over there.
Es un buen lugar para vivir. Nos vemos en el próximo video y portate bien. Me voy para aquel lado.